Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally going to be testing out all the products that I ended up purchasing during the Sephora VIB event. I actually did a whole shop with me, so if you did miss that video, I'll link it down below because this is pretty much part 2 to that video. So I figured today we can definitely do things a little bit more casually because I do have not just makeup products, but also some body care and hair care products that I ended up purchasing that I want to try for the first time with you guys. So we are going to be doing this first impressions kind of vlog style. So we're gonna start off with the makeup that I purchased, and then later today I'm gonna go home and I'm going to try out the hair product that I got, the self-tanning product that I got. I'm going to self-tan for the first time in a very long time, and I also have another body care product that I'm going to try as well. I'm actually going to LA in a couple days, so I really wanted to time out this video specifically so that I could be nice and tan for my trip, but also give me enough time to potentially rub off the tan if it doesn't look so good. So I hope that you guys are gonna enjoy today's try on and first impression. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, and if you've tried any of the products that I'm gonna be talking about today, I wanna hear your own reviews. Let's just get right into it. So let's do a quick little recap of the makeup that I ended up purchasing. I didn't get that much stuff, but I did get a couple things that I'm very excited to try out. So first things first, we have the brand new IT Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow Foundation. Like I mentioned in my shop with me, the IT Cosmetics CC is an old favorite of mine. So I'm super curious to see what the difference is between this guy and the original, and we'll find that out today. I also picked up the new Dior concealer. This is the Flash Perfector Concealer, and this is the one with the really interesting applicator. So in my shop with me, I actually wanted to pick up the Merit Cabo lipstick, but it wasn't in stock online. I ended up going in store and picking one up. So I'm super excited to try it. And I also got another Merit lip product in store. This is the tinted lip oil in taupe, and then the lightweight lipstick in Cabo. And then the one skincare product that I got is the First Day Beauty Hydrating Eye Cream. So we are going to try this out just before I put on the makeup, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about the texture and all of that. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to give you a full-on review since this is a skincare product. I need to use it a couple times before I give you all of my thoughts, but I will definitely give you my first impressions. So let's just jump right into it with the eye cream. I have been looking for a new eye cream for what feels like years at this point. I still have yet to find an eye cream that I feel like doesn't make my under eyes break out with milia. I actually just got a facial and my milia is a lot better. I still have a couple bumps under there which haven't gone away. My esthetician did actually say that the bumps underneath my eyes are super deep and it's gonna take a little bit more of an intense treatment to get rid of them. So there's that. My esthetician also said that my under eyes were really dehydrated because I just don't put under eye cream to try and avoid the milia. So it's kind of a catch-22. When I do use eye creams, I get the milia, but when I don't use the eye creams at all, my under eyes just get so dry. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be my answer to everything. This is the First Day Beauty Hydrating Eye Cream with hyaluronic acid, and it says that it's safe for sensitive skin. The reason why I ended up picking up this guy was because the First Day Beauty products are really good for my skin. I find that they really don't break me out. And I just like the fact that this was quite a simple eye cream. Like it really is just meant to hydrate. It's not really meant to do anything too crazy, and that's what I want. The texture feels really nice. It feels gel-like, but still creamy. So it does feel nice and hydrating, but not too heavy at all. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a really light layer underneath my eyes. It feels really nice, but I'll only be able to let you guys know in a couple weeks how this actually performs underneath my eyes. So just stay tuned for an update for this one. A lot of the other eye creams that I typically go for are much thicker than this, so maybe that's my problem. The rest of my face is already hydrated. I did already do my skincare routine, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Now I'm going to go into the new foundation. Ooh, I'm so excited to try this. Okay, let's just recap of what the claims are for this. So just right away, reading what this guy is all about compared to the original formula, this definitely does have more skincare ingredients in it. There's 2% niacinamide, hyaluronic acid derivative, and a green tea extract as well. So this is the new tube and this is the old tube. And let me just quickly just point out some key differences that I see already. So first of all, it says on the original one that this is a full coverage cream, and on the new one it says that it is a brightening glow serum medium coverage skin tint. So just from that description alone, I'm assuming that this isn't going to be quite as full coverage as this guy, but we will see, of course. There's also less of an SPF in here. This has SPF 50 and this guy has SPF 40. So just like the original, this is a tube but with a pump. This is the original and this is the new one. I can tell right away, and you guys will be able to tell as well, how much thicker the original one is. The new one still has some thickness to it, but it's definitely runnier, as you can see. I got the shade light medium. I don't remember why I did that. I honestly should have gotten the shade light. I'm not too upset about that though, because even though I'm a little bit more pale right now, I will get more of a tan in like a month or two. So I'm gonna start off with half a pump, since this looked like it's spread quite a bit. And I'm going to apply this with my MAC 170. It has a similar light lemony scent as the original as well. I normally don't like fragrance in my foundation, but I really do like the fragrance in the IT Cosmetics. I'm actually very excited about this. I really like the direction that this is going. I think for the people who didn't like the original CC cream, because they did find it to be a little bit thicker than they would have liked, would probably really enjoy the texture of this new one, because this is giving me a very similar finish. It has this really gorgeous, very natural glow, and it feels very lightweight as well. It doesn't feel sticky or anything, but the texture is much, much thinner than the original, which I really, really like. Obviously, with any new base product, we need to see how it wears for the entire day to form any type of opinion. But just my first impressions, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. My skin looks really awesome. It does not look heavy. This is the exact type of finish and look that I like for my skin, especially for an everyday foundation. It just looks really fresh and my skin looks plump and hydrated. It gave me some pretty good coverage too. I would say it's definitely a solid medium coverage, not as full coverage as the original. Somebody had actually commented on my shop with me and they said that I would absolutely love this because it's kind of like a more lightweight, less heavy version of the original foundation, but it still gives the same type of finish. And I agree 100% with that assessment. We'll just have to wait and see how this wears for the rest of the day, but if this continues to wear well, I could definitely see this being a go-to of mine. I really like everything that I'm seeing right now. Okay, now let's go in with the new Dior concealer. Ooh, it's so cute. Such a pretty, chic little concealer bottle. It looks like a mini, skinnier version of the Backstage Face and Body Foundation. It's really, really cute. So I ended up getting the shade 1W, ooh, which looks like it's gonna be the perfect shade. This is the wand that I was talking about. So this has a brush applicator rather than a doe foot applicator, which I was really excited to see because I don't think I've ever seen a concealer with a wand applicator. I would say that a wand applicator is probably even a better way to apply a concealer, because doe foot applicators, I find at least, tend to over apply concealers. They just pick up a lot of product and dispense a lot of product onto the face. And a lot of times, especially with concealer, you need a lot less than you actually think. So I think that maybe a brush like this will actually give you a little bit more control. And I'm really happy with the color that I chose as well. This looks like this is gonna match me perfectly. It's 1W, so it's supposed to be warm, but it's not too yellow at all. It looks more neutral to me, actually. I always like to put 3 lines, one right on the inner corner towards kind of like my cheek, and then a smaller line in the center, and then on the outer corner going up just to kind of lift the eye. I'm gonna use this concealer brush from Spectrum and Katie Jane Hughes, the 08, to blend this out. That's really nice. That blended out really nicely. This doesn't have a super full coverage finish, but it has a nice medium coverage, which is what I like for day to day. It also looks pretty lightweight. The texture of this concealer is definitely not thick at all. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit more so you can really see my under eyes. I'm gonna apply just a little bit more on my face just to highlight a bit, so on my nose and on my chin. I'm gonna praise the brush applicator one more time. I just really like it, especially for highlighting the face, because I can really easily just paint on exactly where I want without over applying the product. I will say that this combination of products looks really, really nice together. I feel like my skin looks pretty flawless right now, but still very natural looking. There's no heaviness going on. It just looks really nice and fresh all around, but I still have very solid coverage. I feel like I'm reading your minds right now, and I feel like some of you want to know what the difference is between this guy and the Skin Correct concealer, which is one of my favorites. The Skin Correct concealer is definitely much thicker in texture, and it has more coverage. Not a ton more coverage, but it definitely has a little bit more of like that full coverage feel to it. This guy though is more of a lightweight but medium coverage concealer. There's nothing that gets me more excited than a base routine that just looks good. So I'm gonna go off camera now and finish off the rest of my face, and then we will try on the new lips. Just finished off the rest of my face, did something very quick and natural. So now let's move on to the lips. I'm so excited to try these, especially taupe. I've been waiting to have this in my life for a very long time. It's been out of stock for a while, and then I just never got around to picking it up. So this is the tinted lip oil in taupe, and it's just a really nice neutral brown. Has a little bit of a peachy undertone to it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah. It's definitely very pretty, especially if I want a lip that isn't too like rosy or anything, that is still very neutral but gives me a pop. I feel like because this is so shiny and beautiful, it still makes the lips pop quite a bit, even though it is just like a nude lip color. I can definitely see myself wearing this quite a bit day to day. This is a good shade. But I think the real star today is obviously Cabo, because it's a really beautiful color, at least it'll look like a really beautiful color. Obviously I haven't tried it on yet, so I'm hoping that it's gonna be as beautiful as it is in my head. Let's pop her open. Ooh, stunning. I really want to pick up another one of the Merit lipsticks because I've been really enjoying their formulas. It's very hydrating, it's very lightweight, it has a nice, very soft shine to it. They're just very easy lipsticks to wear. I'm very interested to see what this type of color is going to look like in this formula, because it's not super pigmented, but I guess we'll see. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I imagined. This color is very interesting in this formula because it does lean more sheer, but you are able to build it up. So you can definitely get something very punchy and bright, but it doesn't feel like an intense lipstick, even though it has that punchiness. It literally just feels like a lip balm, which is so nice. The only thing that ever holds me back from wearing these types of colors is the upkeep of a color like this, but I do feel like with a formula like this, I would be more inclined to wear it because it just feels not as high maintenance. And I also like the fact that this isn't a super slippy texture, so I don't really feel like this is going to go everywhere. I also don't really feel like I necessarily need a lip liner to define my lips with this. It's really just like the perfect in-between formula. I'm also totally bringing this on my trip. I'm gonna be wearing it a ton. So here's the finished look. I'm very happy with the way my base is looking right now. I'm hoping this is not gonna take a turn. I have a feeling it won't. I always can kind of know when a foundation or concealer is gonna turn bad at some point in the day, and I really just don't think that's gonna be the case with this formula, but you never know. We'll see. Here's a good close-up. I mean, you can see it just is sitting so nicely on the skin. So that's it for trying all the makeup. I'm now actually gonna go ahead and film a pack with me, and I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm packing for this bachelorette weekend in LA. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to check in back here and I'm going to apply all of the other products that I purchased. The self tanner, the scrub for the head, and the body serum. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. So I'm back home right now and I wanted to show you guys what my makeup is looking like because I'm very happy with the way my base is looking. I think it looks fab. Everything is worn really nicely. It really hasn't rubbed off anywhere. It feels really great. I've had literally zero issues with this throughout the entire day. It's already 5 p.m. so I've been wearing this since 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's been 7 hours and everything is looking really good. I do have a nice little glow going on, but I'm not too glowy. I have nothing bad to say about this base. I can't say this is gonna be like my new favorite foundation and concealer combo because I do always like to try things out obviously a couple times before I give you guys such a strong opinion, but I mean, it looks fantastic. I think it kind of speaks for itself, so I'm really happy. I'm definitely a little bit more tired right now. You could probably tell my energy level is much lower, and that's mainly because I have been filming for the entire day. Now it is time to take all my makeup off and we are going to start with all of the body care products that I got. Let's do it. We made it to my bathroom. Ow! First things first, we have a little scalp scrub. This is the Fable and Mane Saha Scalp Wild Ginger Purifying Scrub. It exfoliates scalp with pink Himalayan salt. So I had mentioned that I was experiencing some dandruff, a dry scalp situation, and I feel like I do not exfoliate my head enough. In fact, I don't really do it at all. I have heard absolutely nothing about this brand. I really know nothing about it. I just kind of went off the reviews and I just thought that it would be a fun product to try out. So this is what it looks like. It does not smell like ginger, which is slightly disappointing. I really thought it would smell heavily like ginger, but it doesn't. This is what the actual scrub looks like. So to use it, you apply a tablespoon of product to wet hair, gently massage scalp in circular motions, and then you follow it with a conditioner or hair mask. So this is essentially supposed to replace your shampoo. It's not like you go in with this and then a shampoo after, according to this product at least. Then we have the product that I think I have personally been most looking forward to trying. This is the Isle of Paradise Medium Self-Tanning Oil Mist. I've never tried a product like this. I'm very much a self-tanning noob, I would say. Like, I've self-tanned only a handful of times in my life. I'm a little bit nervous about it, I'm not gonna lie. And then the last product that I got is the Necessaire the Body Serum, which I actually thought complemented this perfectly because you are supposed to keep your skin nice and moisturized after you do tan for it to last. I need to know what this texture is all about. For some reason, I imagine it as like an oily texture, but I feel like that's not what it's gonna be. Yeah, that's not what it is at all. I really thought this was going to be like a body oil, but it almost feels like a gel. Oh wait. Oh wow. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, that feels like a gel moisturizer. Wasn't really planning on putting that on before taking a shower, but that just happened. So now that you know what I'm working with, I'm going to go in the shower, take off all of my makeup, and I'm also going to use the salt scrub, and I'll give you my review when I come out of the shower. And then we're gonna move on to the tanning. See you in a sec. So my first impression for the scalp scrub is that it was very difficult to actually scrub my head with it. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's just the nature of like a scalp scrub, but I just didn't feel like I was able to actually scrub my scalp with the product. Like, I kind of felt like it kept clumping up and not actually being able to get that scrubby effect. That's the best way for me to describe it. It did definitely make my hair feel very, very clean though, but I just didn't feel like it gave me that scalp treatment that I was looking for. I'll give you more of a review after I actually blow dry my hair. I'll let you know if I notice any difference. Now it's the moment of truth. I prepped my skin in the shower. I shaved my legs. I also exfoliated my entire body with my Kopari body scrub. This guy, I've been loving this product. It's the exfoliating crush scrub. It's so good. So my skin is nice and smooth and ready for the tanner. I have this tanning glove here from Josie Marin, which I'll be using to blend out the tanner. Let's just get into it because I'm scared. One thing that I'm a little bit confused about is that it doesn't actually say how long to keep the tanner on for. So it says to shake it like this to activate. So that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously I'm gonna do this naked because that's the best way to put on self-tanner, but I'll give you guys a little preview on my arm over here. It's like kind of dripping everywhere. Okay, wait. I sprayed it a bunch on my arm. I'm just blending it out with a tanning mitt. Doesn't look like there's any color guard at all. So you definitely do not know where the product actually landed on the skin. Not sure how I feel about that, especially as like a tanning novice. I wanna know like where the product actually went. And it goes on kind of with like a watery, oily texture, but it seems to dry down on the skin pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for the rest of my body now, and I'll give you guys an update when I'm done. I genuinely have no idea what just happened. I have a couple pros and cons just right off the bat. First of all, the stuff goes everywhere. I would not recommend spraying it on you anywhere outside of a shower because it's such like a wide spray that it goes not just on your body, but also in the air and then on the floor. And so I feel like it just makes sense to spray this on yourself in the shower. I just feel like it's less of a mess. Secondly, there is no color guard, like I mentioned, which makes things a little bit complicated because I feel like I don't know where the product is going and where I need to actually apply. It feels okay. It definitely feels and smells a lot better than any tanner that I've ever tried. So that's definitely a big plus. It is very, very lightweight in texture. I mean, it's literally like a watery, oily spray. So it really doesn't feel like much on the skin. There is slight stickiness. Like I honestly would not want to be walking around right now, like doing errands, because I feel like I would be walking like this the entire day. It just feels like there's something there and I just don't like that. But that's just the nature of tanner, I think. That's really all I have to say. I mean, I'll have more of a review once I actually see what this did to me. And I'm just a little bit confused because it says nowhere exactly how long this takes to develop, or does it just develop like really slowly and you're not actually supposed to rinse it off? I'm just a little bit confused. I need to do maybe some quick research. I sprayed my entire body, just not my face. I didn't want to even go there because I'm nervous that it'll end up breaking me out. So I went pretty much neck down. So it's the next day. You may be looking at my skin right now and thinking, wow, that tanner didn't work. Definitely still very, very pale. This is what happened, okay? Hear me out. So I had mentioned in my shop with me that I normally don't like tanners because I cannot stand the way that they feel and the way that they smell. The only tanner that I found that I can actually stand is the Josie Maran one. And I don't know why, I feel like I completely forgot about it until I tried this guy. Which brings me to this, because it tricked me. When I first applied this, I actually was surprised with how lightweight it felt. I didn't feel like it felt very sticky at all. And I also was totally okay with the scent. I found that it smelled really nice. It didn't have that self-tanner smell. After about an hour though, that changed completely. I was feeling so sticky, so much so that I literally couldn't even sit on like the couch to watch TV. I was just so uncomfortable because all I could feel was like the stickiness on my skin. I really didn't like it. And the scent was driving me crazy because it smelt so strong, like self-tanner. This is also not a rinse off product, which I totally did not know. You're supposed to just leave this on. So that made the stickiness and the smelling part a lot worse because there was no relief. I couldn't just like rinse it off and be done with it. All of that said, I did rinse it off early, which is why I think I look exactly the same. I kind of feel bad, I'm not gonna lie. I really do wish that I would have stuck it out so that you guys could have seen the end result, but I think this is a review in and of itself. I mean, if you're like me and you're really sensitive when it comes to self-tanners and you don't like tanners that are sticky or have a scent, I mean, this just didn't work for me. Another note, and I will say it's not a positive note that I wanted to mention because I forgot to mention it yesterday. It's a small packaging detail that actually makes the usage just a little bit annoying. When you take the cap off, there's no other flat surface on the bottle for you to be able to put it down when you're using it, because there are times that you need to put this down when you're blending in the product. And so it basically just like rolled around everywhere in my shower, or I would have to continuously put the cap on and off so that I could actually put it down. So really my final thoughts for this is that it's definitely more lightweight and less sticky than the other like foamy tanners that I've tried. I don't love the fact that it doesn't have a color guard. I just don't think it's the right type of tanner for me. I do definitely prefer something that I can kind of see where I'm applying. It just makes it a lot easier for me. But if you are somebody who does like to fake tan and who wants something that's more of like a spray and go that doesn't give you a color guard so that you don't kind of look this like crazy color throughout the day while the tan is developing, then this may definitely be an interesting type of product to try out. I will say it did also feel nice and hydrating on my skin. A lot of tanners do tend to make my skin feel drier. This definitely did not make my skin feel drier. Again, I'm so sorry guys. I really wish I sucked it up and just kept it on, but I could not sleep with that stickiness and the scent. Like I would not have been able to sleep last night. Okay, and I need my sleep. But if you've also tried this product, I would love to hear your own review. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But let's move on now to the scrub, because I do actually have lots of thoughts on it and I do actually really like it. It's funny, it was a little bit of a roller coaster with that product as well. When I first was using it in the shower, I was actually a little bit disappointed because it wasn't really what I wanted. I really wanted to feel like I was exfoliating my scalp, and it just didn't give me that type of exfoliation, but what it did give me was very, very clean hair. I genuinely don't think I've ever tried a shampoo that has made my hair feel this clean. It just feels very light and bouncy, like at the roots. And I think because the scrub is also quite clarifying, so it definitely gave me a really nice, clean scalp. Not so much an exfoliated one, but a very clean one. I could totally see myself using a product like this once or twice a month to just give myself a nice deep clean, but I don't think I would use it too often because I can see it drying out my hair if I used it too much, since it does have that salt in it. But for that nice deep clean feel and that bounce and volume, fantastic. A++. The Necessaire body serum. I really like this. I did lather this all over my body after I got out of the shower when I rinsed off this tanner, and this is definitely a really interesting product, very unlike anything else that I have in my collection. So like I mentioned earlier, the texture is not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be something a little bit oilier. So it dispenses almost like a gel, but when you start to blend it into your skin, it gets very serumy and nice. So what I did was I put this all over my body and then I layered it with my body cream, and it just made my skin feel amazing and so hydrated. It's so funny because I never would have thought to apply a serum before a moisturizer on my body like I do on my face, but it just makes so much sense. So I'm very excited to incorporate this into my routine, and I'm happy that I ended up picking it up. Overall, I would say this was a pretty successful haul. I really loved all of the makeup products that I bought. That IT Cosmetics CC looked so beautiful throughout the entire day. So did the concealer. I really loved it, and I'm excited to continue to try it out. And of course, the Merit lip products, always stunning. The only fail from today really is the tanner. Maybe one day I'll give it another shot. We'll see. And like, I still smell it on myself a little bit, and it's still driving me crazy. I need like one more shower to get rid of it completely. All right guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this little first impression and haul of all the things I got during the Sephora VIB event. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts on all the products that I showed you today, and let me know what you ended up picking up during the event and what your reviews were on those products. Were you disappointed? Were you loving them? I want to hear. Hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already and want to join the fam, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.